Where do you think the landscape of streaming is going to go from its current state at the moment? As we've seen in the past, 3 or 4 years, it's blown up exponentially, I'd say, from what it used to be before. I mean, even before I started watching it, it was primarily just gaming, just straight gaming. If you were a hardcore gamer, you were on there watching. Honestly, before this recent surge, the only people that I was aware of as far as streaming goes was So and Flight. But besides those two, I wasn't really aware of anyone. But now, it's gone so far in such a short time. Oh, Rage too, definitely Rage. But now we've seen it blow up. We've seen, Kai, Rage, Speed, people like them just see so much success in seemingly a short amount of time. But really, they've been working for years. But where do you think it's gonna go from now? There's been many stages and phases of streaming in the past, and I feel like it's really cyclical. It's a cyclical type of content. Some of the phases that I saw myself were the E-Day phase, the just having rappers on stream phase. That was Aiden's bread and butter in the beginning. There's so many, but right now IRLs are very popular. Everyone's doing them, and they're very effective. I mean, it makes sense, the progression from desktop streams to IRL, getting out in the world and interacting with real people. And then, a lot of times streamers will come across their viewers. I'm just trying to forecast what's gonna happen next. Also, the buzzword right now is clip farming. Everyone's trying to get a clip. That's, I don't really have much of an opinion on that. It's a byproduct of this type of high production, high output content. That's what streaming is, and it's kind of turned into YouTube in a way, live. People are doing live content the same way that they would do on YouTube, but on Twitch. And as far as the entertainment factor goes, it's very entertaining. I mean, man, the way that some of these guys grow, and the growth is exponential. So they'll creep up to the thousands, and then they'll pick up steam through the thousands, and then if you get to the 10,000, I feel like that'll get even faster, and then before you know it, your favorite streamer's at 20K. And I'm definitely talking about Black Boy Max. But again, I'm trying to think of what's next. What is next? I mean, that initial surge where we saw streamers get $1 million contracts, which is amazing, that's over. I mean, if you go into streaming now, that's not really gonna happen. What you should do is try to build your community and go off of that, which is what Max has done, and he's done it really well. I could go on about his growth. His growth was very methodical, and honestly, he deserves everything that he's accomplished and he's gained at the moment. But as far as what's next, it's really hard to tell. I think after the IRL surge, it'll really show, or we'll find out who is really here to stay, which we already know. I mean, Kai is definitely here to stay. Max is here to stay. I know I'm just naming the main guys as far as the W&L community, if it's even called that still. But I'm really interested to see where it's gonna go, because it seems to be such a simple concept of just getting on live, you being the live content 24/7. Out of all of the social media platforms, if you ask me, Twitch and streaming yields the strongest and most loyal viewership and support base. Throughout a streamer's journey, they get really intimate with their viewers due to the transparency of daily live streams, usually from the house that the streamer grew up in, which allows for a much stronger foundation to be built than any other type of content. And from whatever stage or whenever you started watching that person, you can think back to that and then look back at how you've grown over the years and the streamer has grown. So it's really like you're growing at the same time as the streamer, which is actually similar to music. Your favorite music to listen to at the moment will become the score to this period when you think back on it years from now. That's what builds that long-lasting relationship. And I feel like that's the case with streaming times 10. It's basically, I mean, you're looking at the screen to this person that you support, and you've created a parasocial relationship with. Yes, I know that's the cardinal sin that these streamers and viewers of streamers who are parasocial, they'll call you that online, and they think that they're saying some shit, when in reality, if you watch somebody that you don't know on a screen for extended periods of time, and you feel like you've become familiar with them, that's literally the definition of a parasocial relationship. I want to make a separate video on that, because that really does, that annoys me so much when people say that and they think that they're they're insulting somebody, when literally that's the basis of really any relationship on the internet between two people who don't know each other. But what I think is next, I think streaming is so lucrative that, and this is,
wait, what do you mean you don't trust?
This is just my thought.
This is no,
I think that
I'm gonna make a
streamer.
So you just told me you let me. You just let me.
No, I trust, bro.
I mean, that's
he didn't trust me at
that's just
first,
what I
bro.
can see right now.
You
As far as the
but
content
I'm
goes,
gonna make
they can do anything. I mean, they can. There's no limits. There's no bounds to what streaming will hold, and the more creative you get, the more successful you'll be. But I think that we'll see like big companies, like, you know, like music labels. I think there'll be a big company who produces a streamer, a up and coming streamer from the ground up, and they'll have a contract, and they'll own a percentage of their content. Honestly, I mean, if that's not happening right now, I feel like that's a no-brainer, man. I wish I could consult for one of these companies or something. But that's what I think about streaming right now and what we may see in the future. Let me know in the comments how you guys see it, what you think we'll see in the coming years. Thanks for watching.